Yes, sir. The final is here, man. 38-20. The Atlanta Falcons beat the brakes off the Carolina Panthers. And I say beat the brakes because we got a Panthers fan in the comments. Shout out to Q, man. But as you already know, welcome to the 95 North Sports Machine. I am your host, Berto, joined by my guys, Antoine Smitty Smith and Chris Tipmore of A1 Forever Sports. But we have some very special guests, part of the Make Way Sports family. We have the 404 Blitz Package, that guy, Yo, Mathis, and Daryl. Gentlemen, thank you for joining the platform. How are you guys? Let the folks know a little bit about yourself.
Hey, man, thank you so much for letting us come on and share with the legends, brother. Hey, we appreciate you. Yeah, I'm Yo Sarian, Yo Tomlinson, Make Way Sports, started on YouTube just a few months ago. Been watching these guys and trying our best to learn as much as possible. My guy Mathis and Daryl joined me, and we decided, we are all 404. We're all Atlanta great debate. Well, Daryl is from Orlando. I'm sorry, but he's adopted into the ATL, and we got together and started this 404 Blitz Package. Just loving on our Falcons, loving on everything ATL. Appreciate y'all having me.
Absolutely. Yes, Mathis, how you doing this evening, man?
Man, blessed, man. So look, I'm at homecoming. I'm getting ready to head to the house. I had to wait. I said I'm not gonna get on the road till we get this show done. Alabama A&M, we here, but hey, man, as a Falcon fan, it's finally good to be able to enjoy some W's that we weren't getting previously. Some of these games we know we would have been losing. Kurt, we appreciate you, you know what I'm saying? But it is excellent to be on with you guys. I've been watching the YouTube, man. Y'all set the standard for us, and we enjoy trying to level up, you know what I'm saying? So we appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. Daryl.
I think I tell people, man, just be yourself.
Yeah.
Just be yourself.
Well, since Yosarian already put my information out there that I'm from Orlando, but I've been in Atlanta since I was 10 years old. Yeah, man, just appreciate y'all letting us come on and giving us the rub like that, bro. We really do appreciate it. And on our last podcast, we one of the big things we said was we wanted some garbage time in that game. And they gave us some garbage time stats in that game. We ain't seen that since 2017. So happy to be here. I got Goody Mob playing because we won. Let's
go. Let's do it. I love it, man. I love it, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Smitty, Chris, man. Yeah, 38-20. It wasn't expected. I know most of us as Falcon faithfuls expected that, man. This is a Carolina Panthers team that came into the game hobbled, really, but can't take anything away from their efforts today, man. They really, really pushed their efforts, man. They kept this game as competitive as they possibly could. At one point, it was only a 5-game affair, 25-20, man. But something clicked in this Atlanta Falcons defense in the fourth quarter that really had them clamp down and, just play better on that side. But we're going to start from the beginning of the game, man. Some of the things that you guys enjoyed seeing from this Falcons offense, because this is mainly an offensive-driven topic here. We'll touch on the defense, but Smitty, offensively, man, Tyler Algier, Bijan Robinson, our 1-2 punch, man, came to life in this game here. Almost 200 yards rushed between both gentlemen. Bijan Robinson, if you got him in fantasy, I know folks are smiling from ear to ear. He had 2 touchdowns in this game. But your assessment right quick with the Chris, you fool, man.
Bullshit.
What do you take your takeaway from Bijan and the Tyler Algier situation, man?
Well, Berto, I said in the preview show they was gonna be key to this game. And I told the fellas backstage before the show, you play a team like Carolina Panthers, who down on their luck, riddled with injuries, veteran quarterback. And I said Chuba Hubbard would be a difference maker. He was. But a team like Carolina, you got to hit them in the mouth early and often to knock them out the game and make them one-dimensional. They did that the second half, and they should have started the game off that way. But this two-headed monster at running back is going to be key for Kirk Cousins to keep growing in this system and for this offense to keep growing and putting up points like they have the last 3 weeks. So if they can keep running the football, playing power football, the strength at which we've had the last 3 years, you use your strength, and guess what? Like I said, the play action is going to work. That worked this game. No huddle. If they wanted to run it, that would have worked. So both of these guys, man, two-headed monster like this, and this is a two-back league now, man. Don't get me wrong. You don't see workhorse backs when we was coming up like a Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith. You got to have two running backs these days because the game is faster. The team, they adjust a little bit faster. The coaching is even different. So yeah, this two-headed monster is going to be key for us to win football games. And as I say all the time, playoff time, two most important things: get out to the quarterback, run the football. So look, we'll see how it play out.
Right.
Yo,
Yeah,
what's your? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead, brother.
No, I was just about to say, man, offensively, man, I enjoyed it. Falcons put up over 400 yards today, over 200 and about 200 yards on the ground. You know, so between the two backs, I'm so glad that we finally, you know, utilized our backs and let them lead the game. I enjoy that the Falcons were 50% on third down, one time of possession, won the penalty margin, you know, punted less. It just, everything was just working for the Falcons. They did start off to a slow start.
Yeah,
they did do that. And I feel like that allowed the Panthers to hang around longer than we would like. But at the end of the day, the second half, the Falcons have been a second half team as far as adjustments. Shout out to Jimmy Lake for some adjustments. Shout out to Zach Robinson for calling the game and allowing his running backs to jump on this defense, you know what I'm saying, who was banged up, jump on the offense as well for Jimmy Lake on the defensive end. You know, ultimately, I'm happy about the game. I feel like, you know, moving forward, we will continue to build off of this win, continue to stack these wins, because now that's what it's time to start stacking these wins. So, very great game. Like I said, slow start in the beginning, but you love how it ended in the best formation in the world, baby. Victory formation.
Victory formation. You got that.
Man.
You said it right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You guys, 404, you're more than welcome to chime in on this one, but I had a separate question for you guys here, and this is talking about the playmakers on this Falcons offense, man. We're seeing a breakout, right, from Drake London, you know, just a draft pick just a few years ago that a lot of the fan base really questioned. Some felt Garrett Wilson was the better wide receiver, and, you know, ask them now that what that is. I think most people are going to pick, you know, Draco as their number one. Draco, you know, touchdown today, man, touchdown last week, you know, with Kirk Cousins. What do you make of the connection so early now with Draco and Kirk Cousins?
Man, I just think it's the ability of Kirk Cousins to see and read the defenses. Last year, it was terrible, the quarterback play, the last few years. And just the fact that he's there, he's a veteran, he had a lot of time to work with those guys, get that timing down and everything. It's Kirk Cousins. The quarterback position is it. That's what I believe. Darryl, what you got?
And Kirk is throwing at the back of jerseys now, right? You know, so it's timing at this point. And he built that with Ray McLeod early on, which I found incredible.
Yes,
and then he built that with Mooney, and now you're starting to see it with our number one. At first, I was calling him 1A, and Mooney might be 1B, but now I'm thinking he won. He's building that with number one. Man, the sky's the limit for this offense.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I gotta apologize to Drake because I definitely was not giving him the number one spot. I ain't gonna lie. 2 weeks ago. But I like how they're using him, and he's using his big butt. Man, he's posting up. Like, he is real deal posting up and right around the goal line. Like that route today was tough, baby. And strong hands, everything. So in regards to Drake, he's stepping up. And yes, I consider him the number one. To the run game, though, run game, this is like a DVD without the Vic. So if we do that, if we continue to do that, and the passing game continues to progress, it's a wrap. You're gonna be looking at 35 points a game, easy.
Very easy, man. You know, much praise. Go ahead.
You go ahead.
Okay, so I was gonna say much praise to offensive line. Yeah, sure. Again, you know, the Carolina was reeling a bit, you know, but Ryan Uziel was holding his own. He had his hands full in the middle there with Ashawn Robinson and company, but the offensive line was able to keep Kirk Cousins pretty healthy. But we have to touch on this as a panel. And again, to the folks in the chat, the folks viewing this, we need to know what the best way of incorporating Kyle Pitts more into this offense. And I'm going to give you my perspective on it right quick, right? So Kyle Pitts, only 5 targets, 3 receptions, 70 yards, right? 70 of those yards came in on an explosive play of 52 yards. Matt Ryan last week gave Zach Robinson, Kirk Cousins, the formula as to how to properly use Kyle Pitts. And I need to start seeing this, maturate within the offense itself. Kyle Pitts, his game is not finding the soft zones and coverages, sitting there, allowing the quarterback to get him, right? No, his game is being hit in stride. That's what Matt Ryan found success with in his rookie year. And that's the blueprint to get the unicorn going. It's so funny to me that the minute that Kyle Pitts goes off for an explosive play, because we saw it with Tampa Bay last week, this offense opens up. It opens up. And the same could be said, and we'll touch a little bit more on the Tyler Algier situation, but Kyle Pitts speaking, the minute that he goes off, everything gets lighter. The boxes get lighter. The rotation of assignments start shifting. Other playmakers emerge. Darrell, you mentioned Ray McLeod, one of the most fearless wide receivers, third wide receiver options in the NFL. He's not afraid to go up that middle or in that middle of anybody's defense. So I love seeing that. But Kyle Pitts, what do you guys feel has to happen for our unicorn to get going a little bit more into this offense? I'll throw this to the panel, man, to everybody.
I'll let y'all go there. You go and then go straight across.
All right, because you can tell I was ready to talk.
Oh yeah, you were. I love it. I love it.
He's not a wide receiver. I'm tired of seeing him lined up in the slot. He's not a wide receiver. He's a tight end with wide receiver speed. Give him straight line routes. Last week against Tampa Bay, because they was playing that wild cover 2, whatever they call it, he was finding seam in the zone. He just get in there and they hit him in the zone, hit in stride, like you said, Berto, and he was hitting big plays. Don't have him running in and outs and option, and no, just slants, streaks. Let that man run. Let him do his thing. And the other thing, I think you really got to feed him, because we was talking about it before we started. Sanchez threw him under the bus, saying that he quit on that play.
Yes.
And I would have matched the gas.
Yeah. So maybe he needs to get his head in the game too. I don't know about the psychology of football, but that's my take as a fan.
Gotcha. Yeah. I like the fact that he's blocking better. If he's in line blocking better, he'll be able to slide out, sneak out, and get those easy short passes, turn and go. And I like that. He needs to continue to work on his blocking, and he'll grow. He'll get better. They'll be able to use him a little bit more, but spreading him out wide, I don't like it.
Look, baby steps. We've been working on that.
Yeah, I've been saying it for a while, man. Use him in line where he can get matched up on those linebackers, get matched up on those safeties. If he gets matched up on those 2 positions, nobody gonna stop him. Now I know he can line up outside. He can line up in the slot or the X position, but come on now, he a tight end. What do tight ends do? Rub routes, slants, wheel routes. That's where he's most effective. You've seen it early on in the season when he caught that wheel route for a touchdown. So you got to take advantage of matchups, man. And until they learn to do that, it's gonna be a problem. And again, it's up to him too to mature, because as I've been saying, he's been acting lazy as hell the last 3 to 4 years.
Got to finish the route.
Yeah, you got to be attentive on the field at all times. And then really that shows me too, he's not paying attention in the film room. He's not, all on board with the coach, position coach. So get back in the film room, get back with your coaches, and just continue to see how you can grow to be a player. Because as I look at Brock Bowers in Las Vegas, he looks light years ahead of Kyle Pitts.
He cold-blooded out there too. He cold-blooded out there.
Well, Georgia fans already knew that Brock Bowers was a dog anyway, but Kyle Pitts has got to be like this with the coaching staff, man, moving forward. Like seriously,
right.
In order for this whole thing to work, because his best attributes is running a straight line. Like Daryl was saying, he's not a wide receiver. Honestly, I don't think he runs some of the best routes. but at the same time, when he gets running straight, he takes off on guys, and that's been some of the best plays that he's had this year. Last week against Tampa, this week again. So it's like big plays are coming when he runs straight, not going east to west.
Exactly.
So this guy, you know what I'm saying, like, again, they need to be just like this with the coaching staff. He has to finish routes and everything. We gave him a pass last year when he quit on that route last year because, you know, dealing with the PCL and the MCL. But, you know, you're healthy. Finish the route, man. It's 8 on 8, just like they said on the broadcast. It's 8 on 8. Finish the route, man. I think you win that route if you finish it out. So Kyle Pitts, you know, overall, he just has to become a complete player, you know, and that has something to do with the coaching, but it also has something to do with the player. So
absolutely
forward,
the player.
Yeah. So moving forward, it's got to be accountability. Definitely.
It's a copycat league, and if we can copy one portion of a playbook for a said position, tight end position, would be the Detroit Lions and how they utilize Sam Laporta. He ran all over Dallas today, man. He had a monster game. That's the Kyle Pitts I envision here. And you're talking about, a guy, Kyle Pitts, with 4.34 or 4.4 speed, running up the sidelines on these mismatches is, it would be scary. It would be scary. But here's another thing. Maybe Kurt is not as comfortable with Kyle just yet. I mean, it seemed to me like they were in training camp, and from the video clips that they showed maybe there was some chemistry there. But this is what I hark on, and I was saying earlier on my streams. I'm like, listen, last year, TJ Hawkinson, Kirk Cousins, right? 27% of Kirk Cousins went to the tight end position. Why can't he get that going with Kyle Pitts here, right? TJ Hawkinson.
I told you, Berto, amazing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
maybe he sees.
And Pitts is definitely a better athlete than Hawkinson. With all due respect.
2-3 times.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like we're collectively or just one person, myself, complaining. It's just that, time is ticking for Kyle Pitts in Atlanta is where I'm getting with that. I just want to see the return of investment, man. We made a bold choice taking him 4th overall in 2021 with so many better options, on the draft board still. But moving on from the Kyle Pitts situation, we got to talk about our resident bowling ball. This year,
hey, before you get into that,
go ahead, brother.
Before you get into that,
yes, sir. Yep.
Shout out, this is my cousin, man, Atlanta Good Folks, man. Please go check him out on YouTube. He started the Falcons channel, man. So he's going to be one of our guests sooner or later when he gets the time. But that's my kinfolk, man. Y'all, please go check him out on YouTube.
Man, met him at open practice.
Ooh, shout out Tidy in the Atlanta Bird Gang. What's happening? Thank you for sliding through. Atlanta Bird Gang.
Go ahead, Berto. Go ahead with your question.
Yeah, in this YouTube platform, make sure you go see Tidy in the Atlanta Bird Gang and hit him with the subscribe, man. But yes, man, moving on from Kyle Pitts, we have to talk about our version of Michael Turner, and that's Tyler Algier, man. 105 yards rushing. Daryl's cheesing from ear to ear with the 25 jersey. Average 5.8 yards per carry again. And gentlemen, stop me if I'm wrong, but this offense, you can honestly say it goes as far as Tyler Algier rushes, because it seems like he's another guy that once you get him going, the offense opens up. I'm gonna kick it off to Mathis. I know Daryl, you got the jersey on, but I want to hear from my brother Mathis here, man. What you got to say about Tyler Algier? What he's been doing for Atlanta thus far, man?
Hey, grit. That is true grit. Even the one play where he probably got like 3 or 4 yards, and then the offensive line. So shout out to the offensive line for getting him straightened back up. Mm-hmm. But man, you talk about that was another 15 yards on top of that. Like, it's cold blooded to me. And Daryl said this at one point in time. Should Tyler Algier be the starter? I don't know, but if you get him going, it looks like it may open up Bijan a little bit more. So maybe we need to look at the formula.
It's so funny.
That bruising may open it up for Bijan.
Yeah.
Instead of going the other way around where we're using Tyler Algier to try to get a couple of extra yards when Bijan might be able to do a little bit more after they done already got pounded on. So I'm glad Tyler's here. I hope he continues to be here because he's scared. He runs fearless. He's scary, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Vicious. Vicious.
Go ahead,
he-
Daryl. Daryl's patiently waiting. He has the jersey on for a reason.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead, brother.
Love it.
Very proud,
Daryl.
brother.
Look,
Hold
go
it
ahead
up
and say it,
again
Daryl.
now. Hold it up
Say it,
again.
Daryl.
we got a saying at the 404 Blitz Package.
Let's do
Give
it.
the ball to Tyler. That's all you got to do.
Sir.
And I'm gonna be frank with you. I think the reason Bijan started running harder is because he's like, oh, my starting job might be on the line here.
Daryl.
Because he was kind of lackluster. And then Tyler comes in and just started banging heads. And all of a sudden, Bijan got a little extra pep jumping over people in the box. Give the ball to Tyler. Let that bowling ball do his thing. Look, he was a 5th round draft pick. A 5th round draft pick. Get your money's worth out of that kid. Because if you don't use him, we're going to lose him. And I hate to lose him to the Saints or someplace else. Right now, we got to face this kid 2 times a year. Give the ball.
I love how you thinking, Daryl, but you got to keep things as it is, and I hate to say that. And the reason why, you got to use that speed and you got to use that versatility. That is the key what Bijan brings to this offense. Now, I would love to see both of them on the field at the same time in a 2-back set. You split Bijan out wide while you line Tyler Algier in the I formation. I think that would work just a little bit more because if you do that, they don't really know which way you're going to come. Because if you got a Bijan in the slot, you got a Kyle Pitts in line, that is going to control the middle of the field right there. So,
Smitty, but they do it. They always seem to choose the wrong one when they do it. Against the Eagles on that 4th and 1, they both on the field. We giving the ball to Bijan.
Kansas City.
Against Kansas City. We got both of them on the field. We giving the ball to Bijan to get 2 yards.
But
why?
That was just a bad call anyway.
Why
run to that side when they expecting you to do that when you can just cut back on the misdirection and get the first down?
That's why Holmes came through like a missile. He was already like a heat seeking.
He was waiting on
coming through.
So man.
And Bijan's not a lead blocker either. And they had Bijan trying to lead block for my bad. They had Tyler trying to lead block for Bijan. Yeah, so it was all bad.
He ain't no blocker. Man. He's a bruiser.
He's
a bruiser.
Hey, really, it's been one play that they ran this year where it was effective, and it was a 4th down where Tyler Algier was lined up in the backfield. Bijan was split off in the slot. Bijan ended up being the one to get the ball, but you didn't know which way they were going to go. So you're going to have to try to be a little creative, and I don't want it to always just be a 4th down situation where that ends up being the case. Because, you'll be able to go a bunch of different ways with Bijan, Tyler, and like Smitty said, Kyle Pitts on the field. That would definitely be crazy.
And one thing I saw today, and I could see it going forward, I could see them using Charlie Warner as an H-back. And if y'all don't know what that is, that's a tight end in the backfield. Plays the fullback position. But if the way he was blocking today, I've been thinking, I said, man, we need to probably go get Keith Smith and see what he come back to the Falcons. But when I seen Charlie Warner today, I said, I see why they pay him that money. This dude can block. And he
earned his money today.
Liability. He definitely earned it today.
He definitely earned that damn money today. He was kicking ass on that offensive line, man.
To remove that ball, you gotta have somebody in that H-back position, or at least a 2 tight end set, so to really be able to move the ball effectively. So I love Charlie.
He helped McGarry out a lot today. He helped McGarry out a lot.
He did.
So speaking of that, right? Caleb McGarry and company, we have to shout out the offensive line and one person in particular, man.
Yes.
One person
kept Kirk clean.
Ryan Musial. If folks don't remember know who Ryan Musial is, he's our current starting center, filling in for Drew Dahlman. And he's been an on and off on this roster. But his play today was impressive, man. He had his hands full with Ashawn Robinson and company, but damn, did he call a good game, in the run defense and actually not so much the run defense, but the offensive alignments and making calls and things of that nature. He did a fantastic job. So shout out to him. But I'll ask you a question right quick, man. I'm sorry, still going on to the Tyler Algier situation. I didn't hear your input on it. What more can you put on the Tyler Algier situation, man?
The line of scrimmage moves when he runs the ball. The line of scrimmage moves when he runs the ball. Enough said.
Talk
Time
about
to
it.
get stop that 1 yard line or negative. No, the line moves when he runs the ball.
That man runs with the real ambition, man. That man runs with
Sure does.
cruel intentions. I love it. Former linebacker, so he's looking to hit people, breaks tackles, takes 2, 3, sometimes 4 defenders with him. Man, you seen that run? The offensive line just kept pushing. Tyler just churning. Come on, man. I love that kind of play from a running back. So that's why, like, Tyler is like, honestly, my favorite running back out of the two, but I love it, I'm saying both of them because they bring two different skill sets. But I'm glad that Tyler got his shine today to just punch these men in the mouth and punch them over and over again. And it's crazy. They coming in as fast as they can to try to hit Tyler, but Tyler, they still bouncing off of him. Absolutely beautiful, man. Beautiful. Want to see more of it going forward. Punish teams. Be the bully.
That type of run takes the crowd out the game.
Ooh,
It
does it
takes
ever.
away their home field advantage because
The morale.
because Carolina get loud. I've been there before. They'll get loud.
They do.
They were in it. They felt like they had a chance. And then Tyler gets hit with 3, and then it somehow turns into 7 or 10. Now they out the game. And man, give the ball to Tyler. I will die on that hill.
Gotcha, man.
Yeah, and I saw in the comments, and I was just about to say it earlier, that this team is eerily similar to that 2016 team. You had the veteran in Matt Ryan, you had the superstar Julio, that could possibly be Kyle Pitts. You had the Taylor Gabriel type, that's the Darnell Mooney guy, and on that defense they had 3 rookies, and I always think about that. But we have more veterans on this team, so should we start playing the rookies just a little bit more to see if they can blend in with this team to make this team a little bit younger, a little bit faster? It's just something that we have to think about.
That 2 weeks ago,
yeah, we seen Ruke the last 2 games, and he's pushing the pocket. But again, the reason why he's not getting home because Onyemata and Grady are not pushing the pocket enough with him. They had him playing the tackle position, they had him playing the end position, and he was moving the pocket, clogging up holes. But again, with a guy like a Chuba Hubbard, you could not tell because Chuba Hubbard was running all over the defense. They have to find a way to stop the run. I don't even understand what Eddie Goldman is. Eddie Goldman is 335 pounds. You playing a run team. Put your big guy in. Come on now. Some of this is common sense.
Some of it is common sense. So that's you gonna springboard us right into not so much praising, right? We got to talk about the defense, right? This is again a very limited Carolina Panthers team that was able to stay stride for stride with the Atlanta Falcons in point for points. At one point, like I mentioned, it was 25-20. So I'm gonna ask this question to the guys at 404, and then Smitty and Chris, you guys can piggyback right off of what they say. Yes, the defense is an Achilles heel, no pun intended, right, for the Atlanta Falcons right now. But we have to look at 2 people specifically. I'm looking at Jimmy Lake, and I'm also looking at Jay Rogers, who, for those that don't know who Jay Rogers is, he is our current defensive line coach. And I did a segment earlier on in the summer because not much was said or spoken about Jay Rogers. Jay Rogers is, or at this point was, a talented run defensive coach or defensive line coach. He had some great years with the Chicago Bears. He saw a plethora of Pro Bowlers through his hands, more notably last year with the San Diego Chargers or the Los Angeles Chargers. He's another guy that has to come into question, right? Because I don't feel like his run schemes or his run fits are playing to the strength of our guys. And yes, we don't have run stuffing defensive tackles by no means in David and Grady. Those are more your traditional pass rushing defensive tackles. So, you rely on guys like Eddie Goldman, Taquan Graham to stuff the run. It hasn't been the case, which trade deadline is looming. It's going to force the Falcons to definitely make a move in the middle of this defense. We need to get a thoroughbred nose tackle. But Jimmy Lake, 6 weeks into his NFL debut as a signal caller for these Atlanta Falcons, your assessment on what Jimmy Lake has looked like for you on defense. I'll kick it with Yo.
I'm not impressed, but we keep winning. We're 4-2. the 2 down linemen and 2 outside linemen on early downs, that bothers me. That truly bothers me. You know they're going to run. You knew Carolina was going to use Chuba Hubbard. Man, 3 down linemen and an outside linebacker, I like that better. But yeah, you like you said, Berto, we don't do great in the gap, gap control. We're terrible in gap control.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm happy we're winning, but I'm not impressed.
Mathers?
So look, Lorenzo Carter can go.
Oh my God.
You can say that again. Bulletin board material right there, man.
Hey, look,
He had a sack
I
too.
pick and choose. Look, every week it seems like I'm trying to figure out somebody I can pinpoint, and for the last couple of weeks, it's him. Arnold Ebiketie hasn't really been on the field, but as a second-round pick, he can go to. We're basically gonna have to start over as far as who we draft defensively. We also need to get somebody to Chuck Smith to work on pass rush, everything. Something's got to change, man. We end up in the same situation every year. Vic Beasley was a one-off. That was a one-off. That he couldn't even do it again the next season. So it is what it is. But we've got to get better up front. Yo's been harping on that for the last 4 weeks, as far as having 3 down linemen, man. But
I ain't gonna cap you down. We should have already had Chuck Smith here, but I digress on that.
True, but he doesn't camp every summer, and I don't know if anybody is taking advantage of that.
He got on with somebody though. I can't remember who.
Yeah, like Cam Jordan been down there working with Chase Young, and you can see the difference from a year or two ago to the way he looks, even with the Saints right now. And we can't get that from anybody. Love Grady. He's inside. He's always double and triple team, but Jesus, man.
I'm just tired of guys being out there just getting cardio. I'm just, that's what I feel like when I see Ebiketie and when I see Lorenzo Carter. And shoot, I don't know, man. The Waffle House shells be working pretty hard. I don't know, Joy. Don't do Waffle House cooks like that.
Oh man,
they work pretty hard, man. And honestly, he may be lackluster at that too, because I've gave Lorenzo Carter and really Ebiketie all the time that I possibly can give. I said I need to see something in our preview channel. In our preview show, I said I need to see more. I seen a little bit more from Ebiketie than I did, I would say, Carter. But Carter, I don't know, bro. Like at this point, I can come out there and for getting paid for what you're getting paid and do exactly what you do. And I'm at least 50 to 100 pounds less than you. So it's just like, man, come on now. Like, what are we doing?
And
we have no pass rush.
Chris and Berto, y'all remember
got it,
saying,
y'all. Like,
if y'all see Lorenzo Carter and Arnold Ebiketie not doing it, why not see what D'Angelo Malone can do? What can hurt? What could it hurt? Right. You got a guy that's been sitting on the bench for 3 years, faster than those guys. I think more athletic than those guys. So why not try it out? See what happens.
It's something in there, Smitty, that they just don't trust about Malone. That's what it
probably that's undecided. That's about it. Yeah, undecided. That's about it. But keep it real. Just because he undecided don't mean he can't get out to the quarterback. Come on now. Especially if you have blitz packages where you have 45 guys rushing at one time. That speed is going to help get to the quarterback and help set the edge. That's something that he can do well. And they haven't even tried that. Have you even seen how he been flying up and down the field on special teams? Why not try that on the blitz?
Yeah. You one of the best
people
in the league.
I'm gonna keep it real with y'all real quick. If Lorenzo Carter gets that sack on Andy Dalton before halftime, they don't even score that touchdown. Have a Leggett riding around on a fucking horse. My bad, y'all. But anyway, riding around on a freaking horse or whatever. That wasn't supposed to happen. We supposed to hone in and sack the quarterback right there. That happens. These guys don't even get 20 points.
Allow me real quick to be the voice of optimism here for the defense. Now, the The two, my compadres at 404 Blitz Package know that we talk bad about defense all the time, and I do too. But let me be optimistic here. Last week against the Bucks, they gave up 24 points in the first half, gave up 6 in the second half.
That's fact.
Today, they gave up they gave up a bunch, 17 in the first half, 3 in the second half. So I don't know what they're doing in the locker room. I don't know what they're yelling at them about or shooting them up with, but they come out hotter and they make adjustments, apparently. Right. Granted, we all know we got to get to the quarterback to win in the playoffs and to hopefully get to the big game. But this is a bend but don't break. I know that's overused. Right. Bend but don't break defense. Look at yo. Bend but don't break. And they come up with the timely plays when they matter. Do we need to go get a pass rusher? Yes, we do. But to be the voice of optimism, they have performed up to this point enough to win games.
I got to put that on coaching a little bit too, though, brother, because just like you said, it seems like we go into the locker room and say, hey, look, they're doing this. Let's do this to stop that. So that's coaching and that's adjustments. I love the fact of being a second half team, especially on defense, because we have never really seen that in Atlanta. Never. We've always been the first half team and falter in the second half. So, but now we are a team that at least, make adjustments. And in the second half, we have been shutting down teams, even shut down the Chiefs as well. Even though they were moving the ball, we still stopped them and we had them. It's just, things happen. But ultimately, yes, AJ in the house. There's a God in heaven, and he shined on AJ today, getting that interception, that pick. He shined on AJ.
He can't catch the ball, damn it. He can catch the ball.
He can catch that guy. He should have back-to-back picks, but we ain't gonna talk about that. We're just gonna enjoy this one against the Panthers. Hopefully that jump starts him. Hopefully that builds his confidence, because I believe before that, AJ was having a mediocre game to me. But that pick, it was almost like that Dumb and Dumber where Jim Carrey said, and you do this and totally redeem yourself, because that's exactly what the man did, man. I'm glad that he got his first pick of the season. Clark Phillips also made a great jump and got his first pick and made a smart play as well to get us in that best formation in the world, that victory formation, man. Ultimately,
and
we
also
have work to do. Yes. Go ahead, Smith.
Also, the pass rush.
Yeah.
This is why I said some coaches just can't be replaced. I knew when we lost Ryan Nielsen, it was going to be a big problem. And there's no shot at Jimmy Lake, but we saw how this defense just got better virtually over during the entire season last year, getting after the quarterback. We've taken 2 steps back this year. And why? Because we lost our defensive coordinator. They should have tried everything they could to keep him, but they probably wanted to bring in that guy, which I'm not mad at. But sometimes you just can't replace talent. That's not only for players, that's for coaches as well. So that is part of the problem as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Daryl on this one right quick, man, because I feel your optimism, for the defense. Definitely bend but don't break. But this defense has pieces in order for the unit overall to be successful. They do, with Grady and Zach Harrison, man. Yeah, that soft zone is straight trash. 100%.
Yeah,
that needs to be scrapped and thrown out.
Throw that out. Throw that out.
The problem, what I see with Atlanta, and I said this on Wednesday, our defense is not always put in the most favorable matchups in terms of downs, right? So what this Falcons defense faces is a lot of third and short. So it doesn't allow, you can't whip up a scheme on 3rd and 1 to get a pass rush, an effective pass rush at that, when the opposing team knows they can run the ball down your throat. This is why I feel like a defensive tackle should be priority at the trade deadline for these Falcons. Falcons have allowed 148 yards rushing, 95 today to Chuba. Surprisingly, get defenses or offenses in 3rd and long, which NFL standard is what, anything after 3rd and 10. That's 3rd and long considered. Then maybe some pass rush can come to life. Maybe we can send extra, more blitzes than we are accustomed to throwing, and allow more man-to-man coverages in the back. We got Jerry Gray back there coaching this secondary, which I believe in and trust Jerry Gray 100%. as the backbone of this defense. We have an elite safety tandem that can just shut down things, you know, at a drop of a dime. So it comes to necessities on this defense, and one of them is it's a pure nose tackle. I think that will make a world of a difference. You do that, you're keeping, you know, pressure legs on this defensive line. You're keeping our linebackers, you know, with straight running lanes towards the would-be runner. It just it would effectively make this Falcons defense better. But to Jimmy Lake too, man, I thought for a little bit, maybe it's time to bring in an advisor, maybe somebody that can oversee his game planning week in and week out.
He got one, Berto. He got one.
He got one in Jerry Gray. You're 100% right. He also has Dave Huxtable back there to another Alabama coach who has a wealth of knowledge. But we got to look at guys that we have to look at guys that, you know, have been in the big game. Steve Wilkes has been in a big game. He's still trotting out there. Robert Saleh was just fired. Can he have a thing or two to say in this Falcons implementation on defenses? Something like that. I'm saying this, yes, it's premature. It's only week 6, and I know folks will probably feel different about what I'm saying, but shit, we have something good going on here. We need to build on it and capitalize on it before it gets out of hand, before this defense becomes unfixable, man, in certain areas.
That iron.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, to that take, you guys, you know, jump in if you want to, man. But definitely, it feels like to me, if this continues to go, the trend, you know, bend but don't break, you're gonna have to bring somebody into it.
Let me answer this question, but Mike Charles threw out quick. Let me just tell you this, Mike. You can't compare what's going on in one situation and another one. You got to think Ryan Nielsen with these guys all last year. He comes back this year. I don't think these guys miss a beat. So what he's doing in Jacksonville, he's got to teach those young guys, because they got a lot of young players on defense. So he's got to teach those guys, and then you got to think about who are they position coaches, or is the head coach losing the locker room? It's just something more than what Ryan Nielsen is doing. Was paying Trevor Lawrence the right move? So they have a lot going on in Jacksonville other than what's going on with Ryan Nielsen. Trust me on that. Because if Ryan Nielsen comes back here, I think his team picks up right where they left off last year. We wouldn't even be talking about they have 5 sacks in 6 games. We wouldn't be talking about that.
Right.
I think Jimmy Lake should have been an assistant defensive coordinator to start. I think he would have benefited more.
Agreed.
He would have benefited more to have learned something from Ryan Nielsen and then give it another year. Nielsen wasn't going to be there long. He wasn't. Then he might have been able to take over and things would probably be a lot different. But the first year, let's see how it goes. Hopefully it progresses. The bend don't break, gotta go. I don't.
Right. It does.
Daryl and Yo know I ain't a fan. We didn't pay somebody $80 million for them to be a 10 yards off the ball, bend don't break cornerback. That's not what we are.
No, that's
so
fact.
you know, it's certain things. You got the best safety tandem in the league, like you said, man. Like, let's see what happens being more aggressive. Let's try it.
I think Raheem just wanted Jimmy, man. I think at the end of the day, you know, you want your guys.
Yeah, it's your boys.
So I think that's kind of what it came from. But yeah, I love Steve Wilkes to come in and be an advisor. I love Robert Saleh to come in. And because at the end of the day, we still having problems. We generated some pressure today, but we still not getting sacks. And honestly, you can make an argument that maybe we should have brought back Bud Dupree and have him on the other side with Judon. I mean, I know that would have made the money a little bit more funny, but it's just you make the argument because now we're already talking about it week 6. We got to trade for Max Crosby. We got to trade for Myles Garrett. We got to trade for somebody because we don't have nobody on the other side of Judon. It's just non-existent. Ain't nobody over there.
You said, Chris, like you said, Chris, losing Trice in preseason, that was a big blow.
That hurt. Big blow.
We don't even know what he could have brought to this team.
Right. Oh, he would have been starting already.
Yeah, I said that on
what we've seen in the first 6 weeks out of Lorenzo Carter, Trice would have been starting already. I'm sorry.
He would have.
I say bring the old man back pay him a lot of money to come back and coach just one more year at DC. Bring Dean Pease back. And imagine what Dean Pease is
He's
saying
back in
right
the
now,
league.
sitting at
Yeah, he's
home.
back in the league.
Is he? I
Yeah.
knew he was talking about retiring. Never mind,
he's back in
man.
the league. He's in
We
Baltimore.
needed him. He went back to
Yeah, he
Baltimore.
in Baltimore.
We needed him.
Baltimore.
Because imagine what he would do with Simmons and Bates. Imagine what he would come up with. We need somebody really experienced.
You would see 11 people on the line of scrimmage.
He just got a sack on Joe Burrow, Ojulari, named to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a trade target on that, man. Y'all go check it out on the channel. That would be a good 3-4 guy. And just because Lorenzo Carter played for the Giants, they not the same. Trust me.
I just remember a few weeks ago, you all talked about the scheme, the defensive scheme. The scheming was an issue, and it's an issue. That first down, I have a problem with that. You know they're gonna run. Man, you got to beef up that line. So, Berto, if we did bring in a true nose tackle, a big guy, when we going to use him?
First and second downs. You would have to. You would need a run stuff specialist if that's even a thing. But a guy that can really neutralize the run on first and second and allow teams to be in that third and long and in a passing situation, because that will exemplify our secondary for how great it is. It would. Guys like Jesse Bates and Justin Simmons will have more opportunity for takeaways. We saw AJ Terrell. Yes, he can catch. Got his first interception today, first one since 2021. But we also saw Clark Phillips.
They're gonna be checking.
I would like
they're
to
gonna
see
be
Mike
checking
Hughes
AJ
get
Glove.
rewarded
Make sure ain't no stick him on
his stellar play thus far at the cornerback position. But it's all about making the next best move for your. And then we're talking defense. For our defense, yet again, right? We thought bringing in Matt Judon would have solved a lot of issues. But we didn't expect to lose DeMarco Helms. We didn't expect to lose Braylon Trice. So, obviously the Falcons went into that mode of getting the next best thing, Matt Judon, the most accomplished pass rusher on the market. And we did get him. But obviously, it's not paying major dividends. He only has a sack and a half because he's too busy cleaning up everybody else's work, man. He's a great edge defender. He's a good pass rusher. It's just he hasn't been put in those situations to pin his ears back and get after the quarterback. But guys, if you guys want to, throw any topics out there, anything you guys want to talk about as far as how the game went today, something you felt like we left out, please, the floor is yours. Go on right ahead and bring it up, man.
I just love the fact that we won on every level in regards to the stat line. I mean, total yards, passing yards, rushing yards, yards per play, everything, turnovers, everything. We lost that in fumbles, but everything else, third down, man, I'm happy about that. So we're moving in the right direction. Hey, number one in the South, Saints lost.
That's it.
Saints lost.
I ain't gonna lie. I was rooting for the Saints, y'all. I ain't gonna lie.
TJ.
You had to beat Tampa, but give us a little bit more breathing room. I understand.
Yeah, golly, I didn't want to do it, but I would have rather seen both of them at 3-3 than Tampa sitting at 4-2.
Nah.
Hey man, they did a win.
How did y'all feel about that Ray McLeod fumble? Do y'all think that was a fumble? Y'all think
it wasn't no fumble?
Where's my white hat? What? I don't have my white hat.
You talking to a rep over there?
I'm a high school official.
So please give me your insight.
Okay, the fact that in high school, let me put it like that, that'd have been an incomplete pass right off the rip, because we would need to see the stowaway. Yeah, he had it with his two hands and stretched. Even before he hit the ground, I think he took it all the way to the ground, and it was hit when his elbows hit, that's when I think it came loose. I don't think it was a fumble, but we would have called it incomplete off the rip. We didn't see the stowaway. And that's the way I feel about it. It should have been an incomplete pass.
Yeah, He just grabbed it and kind of like just turned and tried to
Turned and jumped.
dive for it. He really didn't even take 2 steps, honestly. He kind of just like took a step and leaped it.
Barely took a step, just actually
Yeah.
turned. But you know, the rules are a little bit different than high school and NFL. So
Because we were
But
about
me
to
and my
score
bro-
on that drive too, by the way, y'all.
yeah,
We were definitely marching down the field again. So just another thing. I just want to know how y'all feel about it. I didn't think it was a fumble, but I knew it was going to be close, though. I did figure, I was like, NFL rules, it's going to be close.
right.
You know what I'm happy about? We beat a team we were supposed to beat.
There we go.
Hello. Get
We-
right,
we
gang.
haven't done that. Yeah, we
Okay,
haven't done
right.
that. And this has notoriously been the trap game, right? Like we get some momentum up. They always play us hard at home when they're at home.
Mhm.
And we went in there and pretty much, like Yo said, we handled business in every way possible because that's a team we supposed to beat. When Ray Ray got that tipped ball, you know, and he just happened to fall in his hands and, you know, for a completion and a first down, right there I said the football gods are on our side, and they have been for a second now this season. The football
Now you
gods are
think
on our
about it.
side. We're gonna win this game. So for the first time since 2017, we beat a team we were supposed to beat.
Right. And
Especially in
emphatically,
Carolina.
too. There was no doubt. There was no doubt. We hung 38 on them. You know, back-to-back weeks with 35 plus. You know what I'm saying? This week, you know, so we let the run game shine. Kurt didn't even have to do too much. That's what I love too. You let Kurt shine one week, the running back shine the next week. That's how you become a complete team, because teams aren't going to know what to do. They can do so much. They have so many weapons that I can see the defensive coordinators now moving forward when they have to prepare for the Atlanta Falcons. It's a great time to be a Falcon fan. Falcon fans, right now, let's just ride this wave. We do need to get better in many areas, but at least we got better on time of possession. At least we did get better on third down, 50%. So at the end of the day, like, we are making progressions. Again, this was a get right game. Now we need to move forward. Oh, I told y'all the Panthers, they give up a lot of touchdowns in that red zone. What we were doing in that red zone today. Oh, okay. Okay. Get used to those touchdowns. Get used to it. So I was happy to see it. Let's move forward to Seattle.
I wanted to see Clark Phillips run that in. I know he made the smart.
He might as well.
Yeah.
But I wanted to see him run it in. I'm over here feeling like the assistant coach from Remember the Titans. Like, run it up, Herman. Leave no doubt. Run it up. So, but I understand.
The reason why I'm glad he didn't do that is because one, they get in victory formation. I understand that part. But we got to play the last game of the season. Would you really want them to come in here and think about we put up 45 points on them and they won't get back?
Yes,
Saints did it to us.
Yes, that's what I want.
I wanted to simmer in the pot.
We put up 45 on you. So what?
My thing
What
is,
you gonna do?
how many times, Smitty, have people done that to us? It's time to be the bully. Smack them in the face, punch them in the nose. We'll see your next go round to see if you do something about it.
You don't want to get them back the ball.
Material.
But if you get them back the ball and the injury occurred, then what you gonna say?
True.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong.
Don't be negative now. Don't be negative.
I'm just saying.
He's
get down, kneel on the ball, just get your ass out of there. That's all I'm saying.
Victory formation, that's something we haven't seen in years for the Falcons. So I don't mind seeing that today. You know, Clark, I believe that's the first of many. He'll have time to run one back. Hopefully he'll get in there. But today he made the smart play. Let's go ahead, get down, get in victory formation, get the hell out of Carolina, because we got a home game against Seattle, who's been reeling the past couple of weeks, and we need them to keep on reeling, and we go ahead and get them out the way, man. So let's get up out of Carolina.
Motherfucker can put up points at the same time.
They can.
Geno Smith leads the league in passing yards, so can't do that like we need.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Right? That's
Exactly.
right?
Exactly. That's weird, right? Geno Smith, he's thrown for like 1,600 yards or something like that. I don't know, some crazy stat. I'm like,
again, as I say, it's the system. If he in the right quarterback in the right system, Hey, they can be probably one of the best quarterbacks in the league, no matter who it is. Look
Him and
at
Sam Darnold, they living proof. Sam
right.
Darnold.
That's
And
exactly
they
where I was
throw the
going.
ball a lot over there too. They do. When you see certain formations on the field, like when you see Tyler, you see Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf on the field all at the same time, they throw the ball a lot. You can just take tendencies from that and realize that they don't run the ball a lot with certain personnel on the field. So if we're able to notice stuff like that, hopefully the defensive coordinators and everything can too.
Facts.
Man, so nonetheless, man, we got a much I'm not gonna say much needed, but a much deserved win, playing a hurt Carolina team, strengthens our record within the NFC South at 3-0. But in conference play, these Atlanta Falcons are 4-0. It plays dividends when it comes time for seeding, and we keep racking up these NFC wins.
Huge.
It's very important for seeding. We definitely want the playoffs through Atlanta. We definitely want to host one of those home games or throughout the whole playoffs. So, these games here are very important. Every game is important. But now we we flip the page and we turn our attention to the Seattle Seahawks. That's going to be a tough game. Geno Smith and company, they have a very talented core of guys on that offensive. Kenneth Walker III, Jackson Njimba, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett still playing really well. Kenneth Walker, the running back, as I mentioned. So we got our hands full defensively. We have our hands full. So, you guys, 4-4 Blitzman, thank you so very much for coming through the show. Please, the floor is yours. Let the folks know where they can find you, what you guys are working on as a trio. What can the fans look forward to next from the 404 Blitz Package?
All right. Hey, you can find us on YouTube, of course, Make Way Sports, and check us out. Hey, we appreciate you. What we're doing is allowing subscribers to come on and share some love with us. So we're new, we're growing. We're trying to get better at this thing. So and having some fun. I saw
That's what it's
you
about,
all
having
for a long
fun.
time. I've been watching y'all for a long time. And one thing I can say, if it does seem that you all enjoy what you do, you're having fun with it. So we're 100%. Trying to do that as well. Like I said, I appreciate my guys, Mathis and Daryl, for joining me. We're just having fun. So gonna keep riding this wave and keep growing, keep learning.
Right.
Any lives coming up or anything like that the folks can tune into? Make sure you guys actually, it's right there. It's on the bottom banner. Subscribe to Make Way Sports on YouTube, man. These brothers know. They got it. They know what it takes to talk into this Falcons community space, man. Great minds, and collectively, man, they put on a great show. I've been recipient of watching plenty of their shows, and these guys got it, man. So please go out there and support them, and just continue pushing them through this YouTube algorithm, man. But Daryl, any parting words, or Mathis as well before we head out?
Rise up, man. Hey,
love it.
4-2. First in the South. We subscribe to us, man. We appreciate all the love, support. We appreciate y'all having us on to great, allow us to grace y'all's presence and everything like that. But hey, man, we got a dub. I'm cool. I ain't got nothing extra to say.
Hey, man, you have a safe trip home, man.
Oh yeah. So you right. One thing, my bad, Daryl. One thing. Mathis Maddox is on Make Way Sports, man. Every Thursday, we do picks of the week. I am undefeated with my upset picks.
I'm gonna have to call y'all.
You missed today. Okay, all right. Well, it happens. It happens. But we having fun picking games and stuff like that, man. And they give me a hard time, but it's all fun, all love, bro. We enjoying it.
Facts.
Indeed.
Thank you all. Thanks, Berto, for letting us come on and giving us the shine.
Yeah,
because we new at this. I'm brand new at podcasting, so I don't know nothing about this. I just come on and speak my mind.
Bro, believe it or not, I had to start somewhere too. And you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. And my boy tell you, when I started, you could barely hear me say anything. But once I got that momentum going, I don't know how to shut up.
Ain't been bullshitting ever since. I mean,
Oh
So,
man.
hey, we appreciate
great,
y'all.
man. Y'all the best.
I don't say rise up. I say stay dirty. So y'all stay
Hey.
let's
dirty.
go. I like it.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope, man. Chris, let them know where they can find you, man.
Hey, man, we first in the South. I say we first in the South. Watch your mouth. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, yeah. A1 Forever Sports on YouTube, man. Come on through, have a conversation anytime, man. We do Atlanta Hawks, Atlanta Braves, Atlanta Falcons over there, man. So come on through Instagram and Twitter, A1 Forever, and the real A1 Forever on TikTok. I mean, if you ain't already did it and it's pretty late, and you should already have it if you're a Falcons fan, but find your piece today. Positive energy always creates elevation. Let's get it.
Fact.
4-2 in the division, first in the division. Hey, man, let's stack these wins, y'all. Stack these wins.
100. And man, thank y'all in the chat, man, for coming through, man. Always gracing us on Sunday. We got up to 340 in the chat at one time. So thank y'all for coming through, man. We really appreciate the support. Y'all know where to find me, man. Look, Smitty Sports Machine on YouTube, on Twitter at FatBoySlim_21. And y'all can see it up on the screen right there up under where I'm sitting at right here. Y'all find me on Twitter right there because that's why I post everything. And again, y'all seen Blake and Stitch in the chat. I can't take her nowhere. There's another video up. She up there dancing. So look, I'm gonna have to put her
Hey,
on
she got reason to dance.
Leave sis
But,
alone, man.
you know I got to mess with her.
I
But
know, man.
every Tuesday, man, y'all catch me on the NFC South Roundtable at 7 p.m. As I debate with Saints, Panthers, and Bucks content creators. And I'm gonna talk a lot of shit this week because look,
Oh, yeah.
the Saints started off 2-0, now they done lost 4 straight. So
Look at all
TJ
these
got
jokers.
that big boot. So look, Tuesday, 7 p.m. NFC South Roundtable. This Wednesday, the Seahawks preview show. We're gonna welcome my nephew, Steezy A. Smith. He lives up in the Great Northwest in Seattle, great
okay.
content creator.
Mm.
And
Okay.
he may bring somebody through. I don't know yet, but he'll be gracing us Wednesday. I think it's gonna be 9 o'clock this week because he's in the Northwest, and it'll be about 6 his time. So we'll give him time to get himself acclimated. But again, man, check me out, Smitty Sports Machine. Thank y'all for always supporting your boy. Just passed 13K, still going.
Let's go.
And,
Nice.
I'm trying to get to 20K by the draft. So if I can
You're
get to
gonna get
20K by the draft, it's gonna be because of y'all. And she said she'll be at the game, so she's gonna be dancing again.
Me too.
If you get the 20K by the draft, I'm gonna post the receipt. I called it. Don't play, Smith. Don't play because I call a lot of shit, Smitty.
You did. You did.
Oh
Let's
man,
go.
but again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna give you your Sunday evening back to let you guys watch the rest of the football games going on, which is not much. But I'm your boy Berto, host of the
Nobody wanna watch
95
no
North
Giant.
Falcons Talk Show. Also, your host of the 95 North Sports Machine. Catch those platforms on YouTube. You can find me on Twitter under RI Falcons, and you can also find me on Bleacher Report. I am the exclusive Falcons content creator for our Atlanta Falcons. I just did a piece about an hour ago. It's up and running. So, folks, drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think. So, like Smitty said, man, we'll be back on Wednesday night at 9 o'clock with Steezy A. Steezy A. Smith, excuse me, a Seahawks content creator. So we know who's
Going
next, but
down.
like Coach Raheem says, who the is next? And that's how we're gonna end it. As always, peace out. A down, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.